Canada, a country defined by forests. They cover almost 40% of the nation's landmass. For generations, they have been a symbol of stability, of permanence, of untouched wilderness. But in 2025, that illusion shattered. Those forests, the very lungs of North America, turned into fuel. As of early August, the numbers are staggering. 4,251 individual wildfires, 7.25 million hectares burned. That's nearly 80% more than Canada's 5-year average, and second only to the record-breaking inferno of 2023. To put this in perspective, 7.25 million hectares is larger than Ireland or the entire US state of South Carolina. But this season isn't just about size, it's about geography. In the past, Canadians expected wildfires in British Columbia or Alberta. By 2025, redrew the map. Saskatchewan alone lost 2.73 million hectares. Manitoba burned through 1.67 million. And even Newfoundland and Labrador, a province once considered safe from wildfire risk, watched 10,000 hectares go up in flames. Fires once confined to the west now stretch east, north, and even into the Atlantic coast. Canada's wildfire zone has expanded. And when forests burn, people flee. More than 68,800 Canadians forced to evacuate. Among them, 13,000 First Nations residents, uprooted from ancestral land they have lived on for centuries. Entire towns emptied overnight. One evacuee described it bluntly. "I packed my whole life into a single bag, everything else gone." Some fires grew into monsters. The Lower Fish Lake fire in Saskatchewan consumed 565,701 hectares, an inferno larger than the entire province of Prince Edward Island. Another blaze devoured 220,066 hectares. By themselves, these megafires would have ranked among the largest in Canadian history. In 2025, they were just 2 among thousands. And then came the smoke. Wildfire smoke does not respect borders. More than 37 million Americans breathed air rated unhealthy for sensitive groups. Over 9 million endured conditions considered outright unhealthy. At one point, 81 million people across 14 US states lived under air quality alerts. Toronto, Montreal, Chicago, Minneapolis, cities separated by hundreds of miles, united under the same orange haze. In Canada's big cities, hospital admissions spiked. Asthma attacks, respiratory distress, vulnerable children, and elderly filled emergency rooms. But the damage wasn't just physical. The sight of a noon sky turned blood red. The claustrophobia of weeks spent indoors. The creeping anxiety of knowing the fires were still spreading. Wildfires do not just burn trees, they burn certainty. Canada has escalated to preparedness level 5, the highest national alert. Every resource deployed, international crews flown in, and yet officials warned these fires could burn into the fall. Because the truth is, this isn't an isolated disaster, it's part of a trend. 2023 was the worst wildfire season ever. 2025 is already the second. Fire seasons are longer, the droughts are deeper, the heat is harsher, and the fires are spreading into regions once thought immune. Canada's forests, once called the planet's lungs, are now a climate warning siren. The question is not if this will happen again. The question is when, and how prepared we will be. Because even if Canada, a nation defined by its wilderness, cannot escape the flames, what hope does the rest of the world have?